Good morning to all. Myself Dr. Surbi Gupta, Assistant Professor, Amity University, Noida. Now today I am going to present a case study of efficiency analysis on Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. This paper published in volume 3 issue 12 December 2014. Now we discuss a case study of efficiency analysis on Power Grid Corporation of India Limited. PGCIL, that is Power Grid Corporation of India Limited, is the third largest public sector enterprise in terms of gross block. PGCIL Limited is an Indian state-owned electric utility company whose headquarters is in Gurgaon, Noida. Power Grid transmits about 50% of the total power generated in India on its transmission network. About some points about PGCIL. It is also known as Maharatna Central Public Sector Enterprises. PGCIL, Central Transmission Utility of India. It is the India's largest electric power transmission utility. This company listed since 2007 and this company consistently rated excellent under Memorandum of Understanding with Ministry of Power since 1993 to 1994. Abstract of my paper is Power Grid has a pan-India presence with around 95,329 km circuit of transmission network and 156 HVDC substations with a total transformation capacity of 1,38,673 MVA. PGCIL has consistently maintained the transmission system availability over 99%, which is at par with the international utilities. Power sector in India is growing rapidly and the role of PGCIL is significant in this sector. The sound financial health of the company would thus aid in achieving higher growth of the power sector. It is always important to know the financial management practices prevalent in the company. Thus, the present study would help us to know the financial management of PGCIL. For this, I take 10 years data from the website of PGCIL from 2002 to 2012. This data I used in my study. This study would focus on the efficiency analysis. The objective of this study to study the financial health of PGCIL and also we study the impact of recession in 2007-8 on the financial performance of PGCIL. Now in this paper I use some keywords: pair differences, standard error, standard deviation, confidence interval of difference and DF, degree of freedom, and two tests. These are the some basic brief discussion about the keywords. So a pair difference test, it is a type of location test that is used when comparing two sets of measurement to assess whether their population means differ. Standard error of estimate is a measure of the accuracy of prediction. Standard deviation, it is a measure of how spread out numbers are. Confidence interval for the difference in means provides an estimate of the absolute difference in means of the outcome variable of interest between the comparison groups. DF, degree of freedom, is the number of independent values or quantities which can be assigned to a statistical distribution. And in statistics, most important test, that is t-tail. In this we use two-tail test is a method in which the critical area of distribution is two-sided and test whether the sample is greater than or less than a certain range values. Rationale. PGCIL, enough funding. There are some rationales behind the studies. Enough funding is available at the right time to meet the needs of the business. Whether the business is meeting its objective, are assets being used efficiently, does management act in the best interest of shareholders and in accordance with business rules, how the financing alternatives are being considered. Literature review. We study some literature. Financial management means the efficient and effective management of money in such a manner as to accomplish the objective of the organization. Financial management is an integral part of overall management. It is concerned with the duties of the financial managers in the business firm. The term financial management has been defined by Solomon. It is concerned with the efficient use of an important economic resource, namely capital funds. Howard and Upton define financial management as an application of general managerial principles to the area of financial decision making. Weston and Brigham define financial management is an area of financial decision making, harmonizing and individual motives and enterprise goals. Joseph and Massey define financial management is the operational activity of a business that is responsible for obtaining and effectively utilizing the funds necessary for efficient operations. The financial management can be broken down into three major decisions. First is the investment decision, second financing decision, and third is the dividend policy division. Now, Baker et al. In 2005 cites that investment decision involves determining the type and the amount of assets that the firms want to hold, that is, investing concerns allocating or using fund. The financial management makes investment decision about all types of assets items on the left hand side of the balance sheet. These decisions often involve buying, holding, reducing, replacing, selling and the managing assets. The process of planning and managing a firm's long-term investment is called the capital budgeting. Now Shiva in 2011 defines the financing decisions. Business activities requires funds that are procured from the financial markets from various sources like shareholders, debt holders, financial institutions and banks. Funds, like the other inputs of the organization, have to be procured at the cost. Funds should be procured at a nominal cost and they should be effectively utilized to yield maximum value. The finance manager is expected to design the best financial mix, choose those sources of finance where the cost of capital is minimal. The different sources of funds form the basis of an organization's capital structure. But in 2009, states that dividend policy refers to the formation of a policy by the company regarding the payment of dividend from profits to ordinary shareholders year to year. It determines the ratio between the dividend and retained earning. The two important dimensions of dividend policy are what should be the dividend payout ratio, how stable should the dividend be over time. The policy relating to dividend payout ratio and earning retention varies not only from industry to industry but also among companies within a given industry and within a company from time to time. Efficiency analysis. So what is efficiency analysis? These are typically used to analyze how well a company uses its assets and the liabilities. Internally, the greater is the rate of turnover conversion, the more efficient is the utilization of that asset. This chapter is divided into three sections. Section 1. In this, we discuss about the inventory turnover ratio of PGCIL over a period of 10 years. Section 2 present current assets turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, fixed assets turnover ratio, total assets turnover ratio of PGCIL. In section 3, we conclude observations contained in all the sections. Inadequate inventory levels, which may lead to a loss in business as the inventory is too low. This often can result in stock shortages. The following bases have been used to arrive at the inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio equal to cost of goods sold divided by average finished goods inventory. Now, this is the table which shows the inventory turnover ratio of PGCIL over 2002 to 2012. In this, we calculate the mean in three stages. First, I take the data from 2002 to 2008 and calculate its mean. Then, data from 2008 to 2012, then calculate the mean. In the third stage, I take whole data for the 10 years 2002 to 2012. Similarly, I calculate the median in all three stages. So, from table 1, it can be observed that inventory turnover ratio averages 18.51 for the past 10 years, implying that inventory holding period averages about 20 days. In section 2, other current assets related turnover ratio. The objective of this section is to examine efficiency ratio of PGCIL over the 10-year period. The rule is higher are these ratios, better it is for the firm as it manages its sales and the production operation with lower amount of investment in current assets and the working capital. The efficiency ratios are indicative of efficiency with which various resources of a firm are utilized by this management, by its management. Evidently, such ratios are useful from the perspective of the management. Following bases have been used to arrive at the efficiency ratio: CATR, current assets turnover ratio; WCTR, working capital turnover ratio; FATR, long-term assets turnover ratio, fixed assets; total assets turnover ratio is known as TATR. Now, this graph represents the inventory turnover ratio of PGCIL in 2002 to 2012. This is the comparison between CATR, WCTR, FATR and TATR. Now, this table shows the comparison between all four parameters: CATR, WCTR, FATR and the TATR. Observation. Now, our paper observations are: current assets and working capital turnover ratio have declined over the years. This shows that firm is not able to manage its sales and production operation with lower amount of investment in current assets and working capital. The fixed assets turnover ratio averages 0.03 over 10-year period, which is substantially low. So, the total asset turnover ratio is 0.02, which is a serious concern for the organization. It may be understood that PGCIL has expanded and is expanding its network very rapidly and vigorously. Hence, the TATR is understandably low. Recession in 2007-8 had no impact on the efficiency ratio of PGCIL. We can be seen from the table 2. Now, we calculate the paired sample test. In this, we take the two pair, that is, first pair contain pre-recession data, second pair contain post-recession data. For this, we calculate mean, standard deviation, standard error, and we calculate the two-tailed test result is 0.227. So, using this, we analyze the conclusion, analyze the liquidity ratio of PGCIL over the period of 10 years, 2002 to 12. It can be observed that the current ratio and asset test ratio of PGCIL are at alarming level. This situation warrants immediate remedial action for the infusing positive sentiments to the short-term creditors. Higher the turnover ratio, better it is. This can be understood from the fact that companies with low profit margins tend to have high assets turnover, while those with high profit margins have low asset turnover. Recession during 2007-8 had no impact on PGCIL liquidity, as we can see from the graph. These are the references which I used in my paper. These are the websites through which I collect the data. Now think.